Hey, hi, how are you? It's me, Saint Zenith. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm doing another speed paint of a commission I received of a Final Fantasy XIV character. So, without further ado, I hope you all enjoy this video, and let's get into it. I started with the sketch. This one was kind of difficult in the way that Final Fantasy characters, their faces don't really wrinkle when they smile or emote with their faces. So it was interesting to try and find like a middle ground with this smile and like the Final Fantasy style of perfect faces. But it was fun. It was a good exercise, I think. And also I love doing portraits. They are fun. Also, Final Fantasy characters always have very spiky hair, which is also pretty fun. I revised this base sketch, several different times. I gave him he has this very tall collar, which goes like up and around his neck, which I found very interesting. And it was pretty fun to draw as well. It also has belts wrapped around the collar because, you know, very edgy. I've actually never played a Final Fantasy game. At least not the mainline ones. I've played probably about 3 hours of Final Fantasy XIV. So, yeah, I'm not too familiar with their kind of style, but I do think it's cool. Getting in the flat colors now. I also revised these flat colors quite a bit too, at least especially on the face. As a matter of fact, I rendered the face 2 different times because the first time I didn't like it. But I removed the first try from this video, so you'll only see like a couple seconds of it. Then I smooth out the colors here to make sure they fill in all the lines, blank spaces. Yeah, you can see here, this is the first attempt I had at rendering the face. I didn't like it. I tried to use the colors off of my reference in the background there. And so I just erased it all and started over. Which I think was the right call. I think this was definitely the better of the two. I'm actually using 2 new brushes for this painting. One brush is like a soft edge, well, not a soft edge, a hard edge kind of low opacity marker that I use for putting on all the color. And then the second one is like just like a blend tool. And so I blended it almost like an oil painting, which I found really fun. You just see me pushing around the color there. Yeah, I'm putting in all the flat color now, and then I'll go in later and do the hard shadows with a different color. I'm not sure if that's the best method, but it's just the one I rolled with. I faffed about trying to figure out a good shade for the lips without making them look like he was wearing lipstick. Which is always hard with portraits, trying to color match the different nuanced shades of the face. And here comes the teeth, which was very interesting. I've actually never painted teeth, so I revised the teeth several times as well, which isn't in this video. It was interesting. Yeah, before with my first rendering of the face, I had all the different sections of the face separated on different layers, and then I was working on them all separately. And then after I got rid of that, I just merged all of the layers and was working on it all like it was like a traditional painting almost. I don't know. I just like a bit more freedom when I'm doing portraits. Yeah, spruce up the hair a little bit, give it some more depth, more natural flow, I guess. The ears were kind of difficult, just because their perspective is very flat. But I think I got there. Working more on his jacket, pushing around the colors on there. Yeah, you can see the blending tool I'm using, kind of like mixing the grays and blacks there, like it is an oil paint, which I think is pretty cool. It's an effect that I've never used before. Getting in the lacing. I think it's interesting how this collar has belts on it. What practical use would this collar have? It's something to think about there. And here I wanted to get a little bit of texture on the collar, so I got like a pastel brush and kind of put some texture on there to make it kind of look like a leather or like a rougher cloth. I moved the eye down there just because I thought it looked more natural if it was a bit lower. And then I overlaid those tattoos onto his face. Was it an overlay? No, it was just it was a normal layer. And then I reduced its opacity. And here comes the darker shadows. Try to bring that depth out, make the face pop a little. And then the shadows themselves are actually on a different layer as the face, and then I could just use that same blend tool that I was using to sculpt the face, and just smooth out the shadows. Here come the highlights. If I were to do this painting again, I probably wouldn't put in as many highlights and just leave the light a little bit more flat. But I still think they look pretty good. Highlights in the hair. And for the highlights, I use an overlay layer, and for the shadows, I used a multiply layer. First time really using fancy layers like that. besides my last video, I used overlay and multiply layers for JoJo. Yeah, to make those teeth, I spent way too long looking at pictures of teeth on the internet. I can't say it was very enjoyable, but it was very educational. I'm putting in a little background just to complement the pose I have going here, the lighting. And there's my signature. And then there we go. Yeah, it's finished. I'm excited to keep doing it in the future. This was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. I got it done faster than I originally thought I would. So that's pretty cool. Enough of my rambling though. Thank you all for watching, and if you feel so inclined, leave a like and subscribe to follow and support me on my journey. Also, while you're at it, go follow me on my Instagram to see more artwork that I do during the week. I'm pretty consistent on there. I upload nearly every day. And with all that out of the way, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.